We continue our coverage of the foreclosure crisis by visiting a place we call Foreclosure Avenue. It's in Lehigh Acres, Florida, which is suffering from one of the highest foreclosure rates in the nation. We are joined by Sue Kotko and her husband Bob, Christine Hines, Elliot Norman, and Christina Esquivel. Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sue, let me start with you. You guys can all hear me, okay? First off, I need a raise of hands of everybody there who is either in foreclosure or has been foreclosed on. Okay, most of you. All right. How many of you feel like you have exhausted every single possible process in this renegotiating, refinancing, government help process that there is? How many of you feel like you're really right at the end of your rope? Give me a show of hands. Just about half of you. Sue, let me ask you, how much did you pay for your house?
Originally, I paid $287,000. I applied when Bush came out with the Hope for Homeowners loan through FHA, and the banks got all those dineros. Well, we call it the hopeless loan because not one person got approved because he left it open-ended where the lender could say no, and that's what they do. They say no. And my house right now is appraised at $73,000.
A tiny fraction of what it was worth when you bought it. Are you going to be able
Correct.
to stay in it, Sue? Do you have any faith whatsoever that you're going to be able to stay in it?
We're trying everything we can do. We're trying another loan modification, but the problem is that, you know, we have a private investor and we got sold to a company called America's Servicing Company, which is a division of Wells Fargo, and it's an anonymous giant.
Yeah.
You never get to talk to anybody. You never know who's working on your loan. You don't even know who this anonymous lender is.
Wow. Elliot, let me jump over to Elliot. Elliot, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
All right. Now, what's the status for your house?
Well, I'm in foreclosure right now.
You're in foreclosure right now. How do you feel like you have exhausted every possible means of trying to stay in your home?
Yeah, I did.
How far behind are you right now, Elliot?
Well, I don't know, probably about 6-8 months, you know. But I walk away from my house because there's nothing that anybody could have done for me, so I had no choice.
You got no choice. Christina, let me ask you, how much was your house worth when you bought it?
Almost $270,000.
$270,000?
Right now.
And what's it worth now?
Yes, about 65.
65?
65,000.
65?
Yes, and it was in the market for almost 2 years. I showed it many times. I got no offer, nothing.
Right.
My second loan already foreclosed. My first one, they didn't decide nothing yet. It's countrywide, and it's hard to negotiate with them.
Right.
Really hard.
Very, very hard. Thank you all for just
But
taking...
the worst, let me tell you something.
Quickly.
I had another house, an investment house, and it was with Countrywide. I put it on the market. I bought a house for $190,000. I put it on the market. I got an offer for $105,000. I sent it to the lender, and they said no.
No.
Almost 3 months ago, I did a deal. They put it on the market for $40,000.
$40,000. Thank you all very, very much for being patient with us this morning and helping us try to tell the story of your one neighborhood there in Lehigh Acres, Florida. Maggie?
Harry, thank you. We are joined this morning by Jill Schlesinger, Executive Vice President of Strategic Point Investment Advisors, and Amanda Gengler, who writes about Real Estate for Money magazine. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning.
Listening to that, it's just heartbreaking for most of those people who are already in foreclosure. It's pretty much too late, but so many people are headed down that path. For them, Jill, what do you recommend?
Well, first of all, when you look at the Obama plan that was unveiled this week, there are going to be some measures that people can take to either restructure a current loan, refinance, and people may be surprised that they can actually qualify now, but there are some caveats. But the most important thing you can do is right around March 4th is when the details will be available. Contact your mortgage lender, get your financial house in order, all the documents, because you may be surprised to find you can actually refinance and stay in your home.
Let's talk about the specifics of this plan. What specifically will help people and when, Amanda?
What Obama is trying to do is really encourage lenders to play here. So how is he doing that? Well, first he's trying to financially incent them with the $1,000 payment that he will give them for every loan modification, and then also $1,000 if the borrower stays current for a couple of years. And the second thing he's trying to do is say, hey, you need to modify these loans, lenders, because I am going to encourage Congress to pass a law that says bankruptcy judges will do it if you don't. So he's really trying to encourage them because we just haven't seen enough of the lenders actually modifying loans.
Should everybody who's headed down this path hang in there, or should some people make the painful decision that Elliot made and just walk away?
I think that there are a lot of people who are maybe a little bit struggling with this idea, I have to stay in my house. Some people should not stay in their homes. Renting is not a bad thing. Having sort of a friendly short sale is not a bad idea. And for a lot of people, they never should have bought homes to begin with, and that's the biggest problem. And so what we really want to say is gracefully, there's no mark on you in terms of society. It will stay on your credit record. That's going to be a problem, but you made the mistake. Get out, rebuild, take a deep breath, and things will get better.
And how do you comfort the people who are upset about this plan? Because a lot of people are in foreclosure, but a lot more have been good about making their payments and are really upset that they now essentially have to bail out the people who are in foreclosure.
Well, I think an area like this illustrates really well why something needs to be done. Because with all of these foreclosures, it's not only hurting the neighborhoods, the tax revenues, it's killing the economy. And guess what? When your job is the next to go, and you end up in foreclosure, because that's where a lot of economists say we're headed. We've sort of gone through this first phase.
In other words, it could happen to anybody.
Exactly.
There's a fire on the block. It's 2 houses down. It could be your house next.
It's
so you're going to
spreading
say, you know what, fireman, don't come to my neighbor's house? No. You're going to say, put that fire out right now.
I would also say that for people who are in foreclosure, really, you don't know who to talk to at your mortgage holder or the lender. That's part of the problem. Use one of these HUD certified housing counselors. Never pay a fee up front because they can do it for almost no fee or very low cost.
Such good advice. Amanda, thank you so much. Jill,
thank you.
Thank you as well.